Hello everyone, this is Blackbird Senpai speaking, bringing you yet another event that I went to over this weekend, and this one was Return of the West, a tour for OGNIXIN. Now, of course, obviously we're going to talk about him, but I do want to say that the entire lineup up to him, at least when I was there, definitely delivered on every standpoint. Like, I'll talk about them a little bit in, as the video goes on, but it was definitely a special night. It was something that you don't get to experience a lot. I mean, the only thing that could have probably made it better was it being a 360, but that's because I love 360s. But the crowd was definitely into it pretty much from the time I walked in to the time I walked out. And also, with what NIXIN did at the end, it was definitely worth it. But yeah, I'm not going to spend too long on this intro. We're going to get right into the video. But I do want to give a shout out to a lot of the artists that were involved. No names. KRAZZ and Stuntman doing a back-to-back, Destroyah and KRAZZ doing a back-to-back. The Vanilla Guerillaz definitely ate it up, and I'm glad that I got to see them, and of course OGNIXIN. But I do want to give a shout out to who I believe is Oculus. I wasn't there for his set, so I do want to apologize. However, I do want to give a shout out. From what I was told, he did a great job too. But yeah, so this was the lineup for the night. Put their handles, Instagram, etc. You see it on the screen. But yeah, let's get right into the video. You guys rock. So the first person I walk into is No Names, and he kept up a heavy bass but had a very smooth transition. He kept the crowd's ear while playing absolute bangers. He didn't try to experiment too much, choosing to make sure that everything went off without a hitch, almost making it seem easy while he definitely began to make the atmosphere. So definitely walking into that made it all worth the while. He's definitely an artist to just keep an eye out for, and I think he did an excellent job in the position he was in for tonight. Stuntman and KRAZZ definitely were going in. The tandem made incredible drops with big payoffs. They were definitely the sleepers of the night for me and definitely ignited the crowd. Their energy was infectious and the venue was ready to go bananas after them for the most part. Stuntman definitely gave a great performance, and KRAZZ seems to be well on his way to getting noticed outside of the locals in my opinion, because everything he did banged. I absolutely loved it. So these guys definitely brought it to a 10, and it just never went down from there, which is always a good thing. The earlier the better, but the way they did it, they kind of just forced the crowd to get into that mode, and that's always a great way for me to get into it as the cameraman for the most part. Destroyah and KRAZZ were big on the mic, and they're definitely able to get the crowd involved, definitely getting them to come in closer. Someone has to do it throughout the show, right? But for me, I think they were the perfect midpoint for that, because with them being involved, it was something that NIXIN would double down on a little bit later, but also their ability to transition between each other and, just bounce off each other as far as how the sound was going and the different song choices, etc. It was definitely, I want to say, the strongest out of the back-to-backs. And again, for me, that made them like the perfect midpoint, especially with the Vanilla Guerillaz going on right after them. Vanilla Guerillaz in any other show probably would have been my best performance of the night as far as music goes. They knew what would move the crowd and had plenty of energy to keep the crowd juiced throughout the set. They definitely have a new fan in me. I'll be checking them out now from here on out for the most part. There definitely was hitting my taste in songs chosen. The mix was good, but with NIXIN following, it could have been maybe a bit stronger only because of what I know now, but they got the job done and the crowd loved it, so that's really all that matters in the end of the day. So yeah, definitely the Vanilla Guerillaz. If you haven't heard of them or haven't checked them out, definitely do so. They get my 5-star. So all week I was trying to prepare for OGNIXIN, and though I was preparing, in my opinion, very well, I still wasn't exactly prepared for his ability to weave old school and modern hip hop into his mix. His set consisted of parts where he'd focus on one sound or idea, and whether or not this was purposeful, I'm not too sure. You know, sometimes I'm just not exactly 100% on whether or not this was the DJ's plan, but that's what I got from it. He would end up going over his set time, which the crowd was completely fine with, and he did more songs that he had in the clip, letting the crowd hear something new as he drew on. Overall, it was the best set of the night, like you'd like your main act to be. And it's not to say that the other ones didn't live up to it. Obviously, you heard me talk about them, but I feel like it was a very strong show, especially with it kind of been brewing in the background, I think, for the scene for the most part. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it, but that wasn't the end of my night. I got a little bit of bonus material for you.
Want me to introduce you to the vocal. You know the West Coast is bad. On the stage, alright.
This is fight music.
Yeah. Bust my gun.
After NIXIN said I would run to get some shots of DJ Simone. Going from big bass and trench is always a tough one for me, especially going to house and like drum and bass, but Simone honestly made it easy. Her song decisions and transitions were well done, was very fine-tuned to what she was playing, and was very focused on the end product. So she was like a breath of fresh air in that way, and again, her mix was absolutely fantastic. Behind her was Maddie Scott, another great local talent that I've honestly been trying my best to catch, so I'm glad I was able to catch her this time. But yeah, they were a perfect way to cap off the night for me, kind of bring the energy down, kind of get your boy ready to do some sleep eventually, I guess. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Return of the West was a great show. Next show I plan on being at is the Yaks show at 9 p.m. venue. It's on March 31st, obviously in Houston, so I hope to see you there. This was Blackbird Senpai speaking, coming straight to you from Purple Hippo, and thanks for watching. Peace.